Well, this is a little bit of an unexpected video. I wasn't really expecting to make one quite like this. So I haven't made a video for, how long? I think last Wednesday or something like that. So it's been about a week since I've actually produced something and made something. I've changed around my setup completely. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my last video, but I have a new webcam. Whether it looks pretty or not, who knows? I just looked at myself in the recording. Got a new background as well. Cars and stuff that I set up. A tiny little, where do I point? A tiny little Meccano car just behind there, which you can't actually see. And two new lights. Don't know if it looks cool. Again, can't remember if I actually had that in my last video or not. But this one is just going to be a sort of update. A very chill, just sort of talk through about what's going on with me personally and then what's going to happen with this channel as a whole. So we are currently over halfway through the summer break at the moment, with Formula 1 due to resume in just over a week's time. I don't know if I'm going to have the time outside of my life to create videos anymore. That is essentially this video here. So I had planned to do about 2 videos a week over the summer break, and that just hasn't happened. Mainly doing the teammate comparison videos, which I thought weren't going to be too much hard work. Well, they kind of were. Equally, at the same time, they weren't. It just took 3 to 4 hours, and that just wasn't time that I actually had. So at the moment I'm currently working part-time, doing a roughly 25-30 hours a week. I'm a housekeeper at the minute at a hotel, and that is honestly fun work, but also extremely exhausting work, like physically exhausting work. So I come home at 4 o'clock, sometimes 3:30 if I'm lucky, sometimes 3 o'clock if I'm very lucky, and I'm just tired and I just don't really feel like doing work. I still crunch a couple of numbers every now and then, but then it gets to 6 o'clock and it's then dark, even though I've got fancy lighting and lights behind me, etc., and the natural light coming from my bedroom. I just don't feel like recording. I just don't have the energy to record a video. So that basically puts all of the days where I'm at work out of my possible video making schedule, and I work 4, sometimes 5 days a week, and over this summer I've actually done 8 consecutive days, followed by a 2-day break, followed by 5 consecutive days, followed by a couple of days breaks, and now I'm back at work for 5 straight days again. So it's a lot. There's a lot that I'm doing. I picked up a bit of overtime. I haven't had a great deal of breaks, plus I've also just been on a small little holiday. Whether I want to call it a holiday, I'm not 100% sure, but I was away in London for a little bit, and day 1, day 2, and day 3, I think I've totaled about 90,000 steps or something ridiculous, and about 60-70 kilometers worth of walking. Again, completely and utterly physically draining, and then go straight from that into working for 5 straight days, and I just have no time and no energy to make videos anymore. I still want to, and I still aim to make videos, especially on the days that I have off, the precious few days that I have off. I still aim to produce a video. I am still currently crunching numbers, and I am looking forward to the season getting started, where I can continue with the race data analysis and putting stuff on Twitter, putting stuff on Reddit, uploading to YouTube even. I'm looking forward to doing that all again. I just don't know in what capacity that I can do it. I don't think I can go straight back to my something like 6 videos a race weekend, especially when it comes to the triple headers, as I am not going to be able to do that anymore, unfortunately. The main one that I will aim to put out is the race weekend data analysis, the big long one that takes a lot of number crunching and produces all of the fancy graphs and things like that. I am still working on a few of the different things. I have put couple new categories in there to account for races like the Hungary race, where things are all a little bit crazy and up and down. I'm trying. I'm still going to be here, still going to be making videos. It's just no way going to be as big and as much as it used to be. Then really the big one is I have 2 job interviews, 2 full-time proper job interviews coming up. I did tweet about this when I actually got them, and that is absolutely awesome. 2 job interviews to do with my university degree, which I did say in a Q&A when I had 1,000 subscribers a couple months back, that I did a forensic science with criminology degree, and I have 2 job interviews to become a forensic scientist working in a laboratory. And to finally have this 3 years of university pay off to go into employment with that. That's going to be so awesome, and I just cannot wait to do these 2 interviews and just hope for the best. The worst case scenario, they're both just experience building things, but the best case scenario, I end up with a full-time job and I'm working 5 days a week on a salary in a laboratory. And at that point, that unfortunately would have to be the end of this YouTube content creation career. As awesome as it has been for the past 18, 19 months, making videos, over 300 videos, that is a video every other day for the time that I've been creating videos. It has been amazing to have 1,200 or close to 1,200 people actually watching this. It's so cool. It has gone past anything that I ever expected. Trying to break into the statistics side of things and not being one of those opinionated YouTubers where I just talk about a Grand Prix and there's my opinions, or here's a controversial topic just to be controversial. It was hard. It was definitely hard at first, and I feel like I did a good job. I feel like I did a very good job. But anyway, that whole full-time job thing, that's a couple of weeks down the line. I've got the job interviews in a few days, then it's going to have to wait a couple of weeks to hear the response, then it's going to be a month or so before I can leave the current job where I'm at, before I start the new one. So that whole process will take 2 or 3 months, depending on if the interviews go well, of course. If they don't, then I still have to hunt for jobs, and then I'm still housekeeping at the moment. So that's currently where I'm at right now. Very little time and very little energy to create videos for you guys. And that's actually really hard to admit and really hard to say, because it's so much fun to sit down in front of a camera, to sit down in front of all these fancy lights with fancy background, and to engage with you guys in the comments. That it's so hard to say that I'm gonna have to step it down just a touch, but it's going to have to be done. I will also still aim to run the Audience Prediction Championships, as I've just remembered that I actually had that series running. Like, it's been that long since I've created stuff. Yeah, that one will still run, along with the race weekend data analysis, but I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do the qualifying videos, the race ranking videos and things like that. I'll have a look at my schedule, and I will have a look at what I can drop out, or what I definitely 100% want to keep, which at this moment in time, it is the race weekend data analysis, the big long video that comes out on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then the Audience Prediction Championships, as you guys are really enjoying that series, and I've got over 200 plus or 100 plus entries, individual entries across this whole season, and that's not something that I really want to lose. So ultimately, that's basically it. That's where I'm at the moment. Just exceptionally busy, and that is why you haven't seen me as much as I would have liked. I did aim and I did try for 2 videos a week during this summer break to do the teammate comparison videos. I have Jenson Button versus Lewis Hamilton lined up. It's just needs the finishing touches on the animations, and then I need to record it. But I need 2 hours. And looking ahead, I don't have a spare 2 hours. I just can't work out where I can fit that in solidly, because it's not like I just need an hour here and then an hour there. I do need those 2 hours to be together, and I no longer have that. And that's really annoying. So I hope you can sort of understand where I'm coming from, where I'm going, where I'm heading, and just basically enjoy the content that is still to come. I'm still going to be making videos. That is 100% going to happen, especially when the season reboots. I'll find the time to watch the races, as I do work both Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes, some precious weeks, I get a weekend off, or just one of the weekend days off, and that is awesome. But if not, I end up watching the race on catch-up and things like that, and then I'll have the time to make the videos, as hopefully the season starting back up will give me that motivation to push through the exhaustion, the physical exhaustion of working, and then make a video. I hope so. I hope so. But I think that is going to do it for this little roundup episode of just sort of talking about where I'm at and explaining to you guys why I haven't really been as active on Twitter, as I just, time, unfortunately, as you get older, just disappears and disappears and disappears, especially after coming out of lockdown and enjoying having unlimited free time. And at university, after I wrote my dissertation and finished university, there was that long period where I had all of the free time in the world, and then to come to very little, it's hard. It's hard. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this little short episode. I think I've been recording for 11 minutes and 20 seconds overall. But if there's anything that you want to say in the comments down below, please do so, and I will promise to get back to all of you. But that is all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next episode with whatever and whenever I decide to make it. I'll see you guys then.